Okay, vlog 1, week 1 of the semester-long project. Sorry. I just was stuck in snow for about 40 minutes, stuck on ice and snow. My parents had to come get me. That's a way to start this. What we're supposed to be talking about this week is Lewis, our major, and just to go in a little depth about our major, how we feel about ourselves at this point in college, and so on. For anyone who didn't see my introduction, my name is DJ Volkman. I'm a senior at Lewis University, and I am an environmental science major. I'll be graduating this May. I should be at least. Hopefully I will be. Currently, I'm not at Lewis. I'm at my house. And yeah, so let's start talking about Lewis. I decided to go to Lewis in junior year, early senior year of high school. Really was two reasons. One, the proximity. It's close to my house. I can live at home, not have to pay for housing. Second reason, scholarship. I got a nice scholarship from Lewis. Let's turn on all the lights. I decided to go to Lewis. And when I first started going to Lewis, my major was biology. I decided to become a biology major for really no reason other than I liked science in high school. I was good at science, so I figured, you know what, I'm good at it, I might as well just be a biologist. I had no real plans. I was very confused, and I was like, oh my god, college is already here? So I was just looking at things I enjoyed. I had a AP biology class with my teacher, Mr. Melko. He retired after my year, and he is one of my favorite teachers I've ever had, other than one of my professors now, which I'll get to later. He got me into it. I wanted to do zoology originally because I am very, very interested in animals. I love animals. So I thought, you know what? I like biology. I'm going to Lewis. They don't have a zoology major, so I'll just do biology because it's broad. So I did that. Didn't really enjoy it, but when I first started at Lewis, I liked biology. The courses were fine. I got straight A's. It was good. But as the semesters went on, into the last semester of sophomore year, I realized that I wasn't having fun. Because of that, I decided to switch majors and become an environmental science major. The reason I did that is because ever since I was little, I've loved the cheetah. This is going to be a little bit of a story, but, you know, this should be it's the reason I became an environmental science major. So, I love cheetahs. Ever since I was little, I always loved cheetahs. I loved how fast they were, how cool they looked, how they hunted. Oh, man. They were one of they're the fastest land animal. Not the fastest animal, but the fastest land animal on the planet. They were cool. So I liked to look into them a lot when I was little, and I saw a documentary about how they were endangered. And it made me sad. Let's just say that. And I learned they were actually on the verge of going extinct, which is really sad to think that in my lifetime, one of my favorite animals went from mildly endangered to extinct, the possibility of that happening. And it kind of drove me to want to do stuff to protect the animals. And I originally wanted to be a zookeeper because of that. I take care of animals and their species and, you know, help out wildlife. I like that stuff. So when it came time for me to really think about what I want to do with my life in college, the first thing that came to mind was, oh my god, animals and protecting animals. Save the cheetahs. Junior year comes around at Lewis, and I realized I'm not having fun. I'm going to switch my major. So I thought about it, and I switched to environmental science. And now I'm enjoying myself much more than I did in biology. I'm still confused about what I want to do, but I know that conservation is definitely up there with things that I love to do. I want to protect the planet. I want to protect resources. I want to do a lot of things. I really would like to join the World Wildlife Foundation and protecting endangered species around the world. I think that would be one of my dream jobs. So yeah, that's why I'm an environmental science major. That's a little bit of the backstory. So what does environmental science entail? Being an environmental science major means you're going to take all the courses about conservation, about protection of resources, issues that are currently going on with environmental science, and how people don't believe in global warming, protecting water because water is becoming very scarce, oil, etc., fossil fuels. I recommend, if you have any interest in protecting the world and saving the world sounds like I'm a superhero, you're not, but protecting the planet for future generations to come, I highly suggest becoming an environmental scientist. And not a scientist, you're not a scientist yet, but being an environmental major, it's a fun major. Dr. Kors teaches a lot of them. He's a great teacher. He really cares about his students, and he wants you to become that person who saves the planet. He sees that in everyone. And I think that's what drove me to really love environmental science and all the issues that come along with it. I think I'm going to end this about now. I've talked about a lot of good stuff, and I mean, I guess the only other thing I can really talk about is how I'm worried, and I don't know if I'm really going to stick with environmental science, but that's not a huge deal, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to stick with it. I confuse myself a lot, but I do love conservation, and I want to stick with it. So this has been DJ Volkman informing you about Lewis and my major, and I hope you all have a great school year.